record. And there's the pause. Okay. It says recording. All right. Hey, well, welcome to the team call tonight. I'm so excited that y'all made it. And I was talking to Elizabeth yesterday, and she's doing something that really is getting her some good results. And we're not changing our system. She's taken it and she's tweaked it a little bit. But I've been noticing when she's adding new customers lately, I'm like, something's going on with Elizabeth and it's working. So Elizabeth, I'd love for you to take over and share. And then I want everybody to ask questions or whatever. So write things down if you want to ask something.
Yes. Okay, guys. So this has been a really big for me, and I've been really excited about it. And Miss Gina was just talking on the phone yesterday, and she was like, "What?"
Hey, hold on just a second. I think I'm going to mute if I can. I'm going to mute everybody because I'm getting a little bit of background. Or tell you what, everybody just mute yourself, except for Elizabeth.
Perfect. Okay, there we go. So Miss Gina and I were talking yesterday, and she was like, "Elizabeth, like, what has changed?" And I literally knew the answer just like that. I couldn't tell you any more clear. And this past like month and a half, 2 months, I have really grown in my confidence in who God created me to be. And that's just as simply put as it can be. And not caring about the opinions of others. And I personally haven't had a lot of people put me down for what I'm doing, maybe one or two, but those one or two people hurt. And they shouldn't have had compared to the 100 people that have encouraged me and more in what I'm doing. But I let those two people get to me so bad that it just like was not letting me fully be me. And when I finally like detached that from my system, it was just like, whoa, blow up. Like I'm finally being who God created me to be. But something that we have to understand is that people's opinions are fleeting and they're always changing. People loved Jesus one moment and wanted him to die for no good reason the next. And so we really can't rely on people's opinion. They're fickle. And we must have confident trust in God. And he made us all so uniquely and different and has given us such different gifts. And if we try to be like one another, we would never get anywhere. Like he didn't call us to do that. He wants us to be who he made us to be so that we can all work together and put together this beautiful picture and masterpiece. And not only do we have to be confident in God and who he made you to be, but like you have to be confident in Arbonne. And I have researched and studied, and there is no better product than Arbonne. And I read this quote yesterday, and it took me back a second, and it says, "Someone criticizing your dreams and goals says more about them than it does about you." And that was just crazy to me, guys, because people are insecure and people don't like their lives, sadly enough. People work so hard sometimes and they barely have life in them to give to anyone else. And we can't take that no personally because either Arbonne is not for them and God has a better yes waiting for you, or that person is just grumpy, like simply because they are not having a good day. And so through telling someone about Arbonne, we could literally change their life. And when we tell someone about Arbonne, we should see it as giving them a gift. And when we see it that way, nothing can hold us back because we know that it's so beneficial and it's going to be so good for them. And so I think those are just the two biggest things that have really helped me to flourish into like who God has created me to be. And I think that's so important for all of us because when you love something, like people not encouraging you that and like in your goals, it's just like like I said, like the quote said, it says more about them, which is sad. But like also that's like where we get to step in and be the light for them and be love for them. Because if we could do that for them, that could change their life. And that's what we're called to do. We're not called, it's not personal at all. It's not personal. It's them not liking something about themselves most like, and they see it in us. I mean, who doesn't want to be a happy, healthy, Arbonne loving gal, like who doesn't, I mean, I'm sorry, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't not want a 9 to 5 job? Who doesn't not want to get to work from their home and from their phone and have encouraging, uplifting people surrounded like around them all day long? Who doesn't want that? I mean, I'm just thinking about so many things of like, who doesn't want Arbonne? Like, everyone would if they believed that they could. And that's when we get to step in and really set that vision align for them and set that vision for them and make it clear that, hey, you can do this. Like, our world is evolving into health and wellness. And now people are having more time than ever to think about it because when end up getting that extra time, like you think about it. But who wouldn't want to help and encourage someone and pour life into other people and just really step in and be on their team and encourage them? Honestly, like that's what we do here. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid to tell people about Arbonne. I don't care what they think. Like, they can try. And I think that that has been the most beneficial thing to me this past month and a half, 2 months. And so what I've really been doing that's like helped grow my business, because I'm just going to be honest, I didn't even know that I was even close to qualifying for district manager until Miss Gina told me. And I was like, okay, literally, all I've been doing is sharing the products with others and telling them about it. And so one of my strategies that I've been using, not necessarily a strategy, because I mean, and I guess it could be, but I feel like you never have to convince someone to do Arbonne. You just have to, that what they said in the Nation call last time is, hey, do you have an open mind? And so with the Facebook parties, were kind of a miss for me this month, and that's okay though, because I was like, how am I going to make this work? Like, I've invited these people to a party like 5 times now, and they keep telling me they're going to come and they're going to watch my video, but they're not doing it. So it's like, what am I going to do? This is not working for me. So I get on Zoom and I video record myself. I'm the only one there. I am able to have my script pulled up on my computer right under my screen so that I can read straight from this. I mean, I'm not read straight from it. I'm like, but I do in a sense, because it's helpful to keep me on track and to keep it time, like consistent, and like me to not, just to know what's coming next. And so that's been really super easy. And so like those people that don't make it to the party, I say, hey, I made a recording. Would you like to listen to it? And that is when they're like, oh my goodness, yes, like please send me the recording. And then if they don't watch it, like I've only had one person that like actually just still hasn't watched yet. She's also super busy. But I just like follow up with them, being consistent, don't letting those people go. Because honestly, Miss Gina, I'm just gonna say this, she sent me a person yesterday that had qualifying, like they could get a gift this month, and for some reason, like I was like, oh, that person is not going to want to buy anything else from Arbonne. They've already bought a lot of stuff for me. Like, this is literally like Satan sending lies in my head. And I go see that person that afternoon, wasn't planning on saying anything because she's bought so much stuff from me. But I was just like, I hope I'm not like overbearing. And but I have been consistent with her. And she was like, oh my goodness. She's like, Elizabeth, I need to do the 30-day detox again. And I was like, you do? I was like, you should, because you have your renewal is free this month, and that's awesome. Like you should. And I was like, we can order it by the end of the month if you want, and the next group starts on August 10th, and you can just hop right in. And she was like, I'm gonna do that. Like, I may do that. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I was scared to ask this person. That just shows another thing. Like, I'm not going to say I have it 100% perfect, because there's definitely times where Satan comes and he tries to attack me with lies and tell me that I'm no good, or like they don't want to hear what I have to say. But I mean, honestly, y'all, I thought the lady was crazy. Some lady was crazy the first time she said this, but she said she thought Arbonne was for everyone. And I was like, is Arbonne for everyone? That's a question to ponder. Like, what are we called to do? We are called to take care of our bodies, temples of the Holy Spirit. Like, he lives inside of us. Like, we are called to take care of that. And with the best products ever, like, how does that not align? And to be honest, like, it's not compared to like other prices. Like, no one can really use that as an excuse. They love to use that as an excuse. But when you compare it with the discount to other places and like where they're spending money on other things, like, you can't compare. It's literally, you just have to keep going. You have to keep rolling. You have to be confident in Arbonne, because there's nothing bad about Arbonne. There's only good. And you have to know that in your heart and just continue to be you. So, guys, that's pretty much all I got to say tonight. But I would love to know if y'all have any questions about how I'm doing the videos. Basically, I've been recording them on Zoom, and then I stop it when I'm over. And they're about 12 minutes long, because I've rewritten the script to like the way I talk, and I have it very like concise, and so it like hits every point, but it's to the point, which leaves them with questions. And so then that's when they follow up with you, and they're like, hey, tell me about this skincare. I need anti-aging, or I need something for my wrinkles. Oh, girl, I got you. We got anti-aging. So it's like, it's really that easy. And so once I stop the recording, I download it to YouTube, and that is the simplest link to click and send. It very easily downloads into YouTube, doesn't take long at all, and you can send that to everyone. Because like, I've come into contact with people that don't have Facebook, and I'm like, oh shoot, like, what do I do? YouTube, everyone can open it from their phone. It's so easy, and I just post them public. Like, I don't care. Like, whoever sees them, like, I'm not embarrassed. Like, I'm not ashamed. I'm proud of Arbonne, and I'm proud of them really letting me be me, and like walking with me and continuing to help me grow and to continue to pour truth into me, just like Miss Gina has. And when we were talking on the phone yesterday, I don't think I was very clear about the truth she was pouring into me. I said it was kind of like she was refining me, but I meant that in the best way possible. Like, I meant that she was like helping me see like things that I couldn't see for myself, which in a sense like brings out so much good in me and so much more that I couldn't have seen before in myself. And so I really appreciate that, Miss Gina, and I want to thank you so much again for that. But that's pretty much all I have to say for tonight, and if y'all have any questions, I would love to help answer them. It's very time efficient what I've been doing.
So if you have a question, just unmute to ask. I just want to say, when I saw Elizabeth's video yesterday, and it was 10 minutes, I thought, what did she leave out? Because my calls are too long. My videos are too long. I go over 15 minutes. I get closer to 25, I hate to say. So I watched it, and she doesn't leave stuff out. So the thing that's a little bit different from the party is, in the party we post bundles and stuff like that. So Elizabeth, you're obviously not posting bundles. Let's pretend I'm somebody that went to watch the video, and let's role play and tell me how that works.
Okay, yes, ma'am, I will. And I also just want to say, like, when I mean time efficient, I mean that I've worked on Arbonne no more than an hour this past month because of all my school and classes. But that just goes to show, like, what that hour of consistency and like being diligent in your work in that hour can do. You got
Are you saying an hour the whole month, or an hour a day?
an hour a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely not an hour a month. Work. And I feel like God blesses you when you put in the work, even if you don't see it now. And it's honestly not about us, it's about other people. And when we're helping other people, it can't go wrong. So, anyways, okay, so role play. So I just said, hey, or they say, oh, I can't make it to the Facebook party. I'm doing something with my family then. Hey, can I send you, if I do a recording of the party, can I send you a video of it? They're like, oh yeah, sure, I would love to watch it. So send them the video, hey, here's the video, let me know what you think. I've gotten texts back that's like, oh my goodness, please tell me about the skincare. Please tell me about the fizz stick. Please tell me how I can help you. I'm like, what? That's so fun. And so I've gotten those, and then I've gotten, that is like literally what I've gotten. People want to know more, and if they haven't watched it or if they haven't responded, I kindly say like, hey, have you had time to watch the video yet? It's not like we're bombarding them. If someone can't get asked a simple question and give a reasonable response, that's my dog trying to get in my room. But if someone can't give you a response, like, it's not your fault, you know? Me and Miss Gina were talking about there's a lot of communication issues we feel like in today's world, and that's okay. Like, we can handle that because at least we're communicating well. But that's pretty much the role play. It's as simple as that. And I'm like, hey, how can I get you signed up? We have a great deal this month, and so on. So there you go, Miss Gina.
Okay. So, but when they say, what, tell me about skincare, what are you referring them to? What?
Okay, so I have found the best little gift in the world, and it is the Shop Arbonne app. And I had it before, but I didn't know it was of honestly any good use because
I don't know how to use it. So, okay.
no, it's so easy though. It's so, I don't know. I'm probably not going to be able to get y'all to be able to see that. So simple, so much more simple than the website. And I was like, praise God that they, really got this together and like got it simplified because that's what people need. And so say they say skincare, I'll go to the skincare on the app and I'll scroll down to anti-aging or whatever their needs may be. Because sometimes I ask them, I'm like, what are your needs? Like, do you need something? Or if they're like, tell me about the skincare, I'll be like, oh, my mom, like if I know that they're kind of older, I'll say, oh, my mom, and I love the anti-aging skincare line and she uses it every day, and stuff like that. But then I'll go to the line and I'll click it and I'll screenshot it. And then I don't show them the prices, not because I want to be hidden or sneaky, but because it simply says my price and then it simply says the other price of the original. I just don't want to, like, when you start explaining too much, it gets complicated. So I crop it out and I send this to them, and I have like a very concise like description of it. And sometimes there's a description at the bottom that's really good, but sometimes it's just like what's in the set. But I know the description because on the website it says the description, and I've had to tell people this description like 20 times, like 15 times, more than that. But like, so I know, like, I'll read you an example if that would that be helpful.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I've been really working with this lady. And oh, I got it. It's right here. Sorry, guys. Okay, I really think you would like this one. It is full of vitamin C, sustainable orange stem cells, and powerful peptides to support collagen growth that gives you that radiant, firm, hydrated, and smooth look, all while softening wrinkles, dark spots, and fine lines. And she was like, OMG, yes, I want these like bunches of caps. How do I buy? And so, it's about your wording, and you want to pick good words, just like you're writing a paper.
So you got that from the website or the script or somewhere like that?
I think I combined that like with the script and the website. But I know I've said that at one of my parties, and so.
That's awesome. Okay, you girls have questions?
I was going to ask, can you put in the group like one of your videos from YouTube so we can kind of see an example?
Yes, I would love to. That would be great.
Just so,
That's
because like I can picture like what you're saying, but if you like, I feel like my script, I feel like I get really excited, and especially because most of my parties have been like family friends, and so I kind of pause and talk to them, and I'm like, "How are you doing, Susie?" Like, But if you're kind of I need something I need to see kind of how to word things better so it leaves more area for questions, like you were saying, because like I feel like it's where I struggle is where like I give them information but enough that they're still wanting to ask more questions.
yeah.
So if you could do that, that would be amazing.
For sure. I would love to. And I will, if y'all like my script, I will send it to y'all. Like, I don't care. It's nothing it's words that I've played around with from somebody else. And so it's like, of course it took me time, but it's like, I want to share that with other people. Like, I want to be able to help everyone and be able to have like what's going, right now.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah, you're welcome. For sure. For sure.
My question is not necessarily, and this is for any of y'all, of course. So I have like really weird hours where I work. So my problem is not necessarily like when I'm working on it, I get like really into it. But when I'm not able to, or I'm not like dedicating time, it just, everything seems like it's all flopping. I can't really get it together. How do y'all like dedicate your time to Arbonne?
Do you want me to say something about that machine? Okay, so I like have a very crazy life too, and am hopefully not gonna have that crazy life soon, or like in like a few days. I'm trying to be able to not like overschedule myself, and really make priorities my priorities and not let other things get in the way of them. And honestly, like I said, like an hour a day, I scheduled that time in my planner, whatever hour that could be, and I did not schedule anything else around that. If someone asked me to do something, I'm sorry, I've got to do Arbonne or whatever I said. Like, I'm sorry, I'm working. I'm sorry, something. I just didn't let it. I kept my priorities, and this was one of my priorities, and that's really the only way you're going to grow, because if you have like these great like up and down, like you have a spike here at the beginning of the month but nothing else to the end, like you're going to be like, oh shoot, like all that work just got wasted. Like, you don't want it to get wasted. You want to continue to build it, and maybe you know you can start taking hours off because you're making more money from Arbonne. Like, that is seems like a dream. It's a dream of mine, and it seems unreachable, but it is totally attainable. And I've heard that from so many people beyond that never would have thought. And now their lives are so different, you know? So,
What I also see with this, Elizabeth, is flexibility. Like for Kaylin, with her weird hours, and Kayla's about to start school again, and her husband's a coach. I mean, just a real crazy schedule. If we could share this, then we could kind of just we could even set an appointment for them. Like for Kaylin, I'll be free at 9 o'clock tonight, or maybe at lunch. I don't know what what if you have any breaks during the day or whatever, but you get to work with your own schedule. You can kind of say, if you can watch it by here, I'm going to have this window or this window to follow up with you. And that is something I recommend. I mean, I don't know. Are people getting back with you pretty much consistently, quickly?
me?
Elizabeth, whenever you send the video, are they
I'll
always?
say, yes, no, I was going to say that's a very helpful tip. And I know a lady for me, she would like, I'd be like, hey, when can you talk? Or hey, can you talk at 3 o'clock? But for the most part, people are very consistent, but they're not coming to me. Like, I'm definitely having to keep following up with them, but they're so glad when I do, because they're like, thank you, like I forgot, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a very helpful tip, though. Like, you get to schedule it. You don't have to let other people rule your life. Like, that's a
Right.
great thought, Arbonne.
Well, there's a statistic that like it takes people 7 to 8 or 7 to 10, something crazy, touches with Arbonne before they say yes. So asking somebody, like you mentioned, maybe you've asked them 5 times. Well, they didn't answer, or they avoided you, they were busy, it wasn't important to them, whatever. But you just keep going back. I mean, that's what I keep hearing from other people, and not just in Arbonne. It's just a statistic that if you want somebody to do something, or we've got 10 minutes left, if you want somebody to do something, then it's your business. You're the one that has to follow it up and take it into your own hands. So, okay. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I want to show some things that have been helping me. First of all, when I do, this is just a spiral notebook. When I do a party, but it could be individually, I always, this one was my party, June 18th, and I put the name of it because, when you get so many parties, it gets confusing. And I just list everybody. Here's Patty, here's Nellie, here's Sally, Kelly, Hannah, Angie, turn the page. And I tell what happened. This person said VIP. This one became my Facebook friend. This person ordered, this person, whatever. I do that to also, I just go look in the members and see everybody, and it helps. And I tag, I can see who's watched the video and who hasn't. I think I like this, sending a direct link instead of having them go to the Facebook party. That seems, anyway, I like that, Elizabeth. Anyway, but this has been really helpful, because then not only do I have, it helps me in the party to know if I followed up. Like one final time, I texted, I recorded that I sent them a Facebook message or whatever, so that I know what happened. Oh, they're not interested. Hey, I'm doing Plexus, whatever, that's what that said. So anyway, and it helps me to know like who I'm doing the drawing with, how many people are in my VIP group. But if I gave them a free product, if they ordered, all that's right here. So to me, that's it's a good way for me to be organized. I'm not naturally an organized person. So that was a good way to keep up with everybody and make sure. Another thing that I'm finding very helpful is this, I wonder if this would help. No, too bright. Anyway, it's the Daily Method for Success. So I've heard about these embarrassingly over a year probably. And I printed them off, and then I finally started using them. So it's just a way to say stuff like, did I spend 20 minutes of personal growth? Name 5 things you're grateful for. 3 new asks, 3 follow-ups, preferred client or client contacts. Anyway, it's got it all right here. I'm kind of scattered, y'all might have noticed. So this really helps me like to keep coming back and to be focused, and update so-and-so's party, follow up, place this order, whatever. So this has really been helpful. So those are just a few of my little personal tricks. Elizabeth, what are the things you do in your hour? Like what?
I have it actually sitting right here, and I have my notebook, and I have different things. Like I'll write Thursday or I'll write Wednesday, because I'll get these ideas during the middle of the week, and I literally could spend 6 hours on Arbonne every day and be as happy as whatever analogy you want to use for that, but a very happy person. And so I get all these ideas. So I'll have like the week, I'll have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And when I get like a full day's worth of work, or like what I think would be great activity for that day and would go within the hour, which now I'm working on it more because I don't have school after Tuesday. And so now I'm going to be working on it probably a lot more. And so I would get those ideas and I would just write them down, and things just kept popping up in my head. And every time I think about it, I go, oh, I already have a lot of stuff on Wednesday. Let's do this Thursday where I don't have as much activity planned. So I've tried to use Daily Method of Success before, and I want to use it again. I didn't really have many people to use it for because I didn't have an independent consultant on my team. And I was a little shy about reaching out to that many people over and over and over. Now I'm not. So I need to print those out. I think that's a great idea. But also just like brainstorming and just I follow tons of Arbonne people on Instagram. I still like all their ideas. I'm not gonna lie, I do. Like that's what we're here for. That's what they're there for. For me, for us little non MVPs that are gonna be MVPs
That's
to get
right.
ideas, and then we get to share our ideas with other people. And so when I go on Instagram, like I have a thing that I do every day, and I go on Instagram and I have my little health people that I watch their stories for. I don't scroll Instagram at all. I can't tell you the last time I sat down and looked at Instagram. And I go and I watch their stories, and I just watch through all their shit. And that's like a part of growth for me because I get to get their ideas and start incorporating those into my ideas. So I hope that's helpful.
If y'all don't follow Elizabeth, you should on Instagram.
Oh.
So what is your,
So I have a personal account. You can follow both. But I can send it in the chat.
okay.
Living on Purpose chat. It's elizabeth.healthy.living and then Eliz_Turner because my last name is Turner. So
All right. I think I was going to say something, but I forgot. I didn't write it down. I'm very grateful. Okay. So what you do is you do posts. That's part of your hour, right? You're keeping posts up in front of people. So somebody asked me recently, they're like, I bet Elizabeth has had great success in college. We've got 3 minutes. Would you like to tell about that?
I would like to tell about that I was shy last year and I should have just told my friends, and now I'm like reaching out to them slowly one at a time, and they're seeing it in me and they're wanting more. And college is such a great way to expand as long as you're not afraid and as long as you're confident. Really, anywhere you are, you can be successful no matter how many people around you there are. I have a great advantage, but I haven't been using that advantage, but now I am. So I'm going to start doing that. So all around, every day, go to the grocery store, you have an opportunity.
Okay. Awesome. All right. We're going to quit before the party ends or the meeting ends, unless somebody else has something to say. All right. Well, thanks. That was awesome. Thanks, Elizabeth. I appreciate everybody making it. Stop the recording.
Thanks.